Hi, today I want to talk about intercultural communication in our daily life. As we know, intercultural communication is the exchange of information and meaning across language and culture. In this paper, I choose to analyze intercultural problems of Syrian refugees crisis in Europe and other countries' neighborhood like Turkey, Lebanon, and others. In recent years, we have seen American and other countries' media give a lot of attention to Muslim people and often painting them in negative. This is a little bit of background case uh, about a Syrian refugee. The Syrian refugee crisis began in March 2011 as a result of a violent government crackdown on public demonstration in support of teenagers who were arrested for anti-government graffiti in the southern town of Daraa. The conflict quickly escalated and the country descended into a civil war that forced Syrian families to flee their house. For the famous examples, Yusra Mardini. She's an Olympic swimmer and was appointed the youngest ever Godwin ambassador for UNHCR, the UN Refugee Agency, in April 2017, aged just 19. Most every problem can be viewed in some ways as a communication problem, and the lack of communication competence surrounding this particular subject is bearing grave consequences. There is several intercultural communication problems among Syrian refugees in Europe and other countries. The first one is religious or cultural identities and assimilation. Second, differences in nonverbal communication. Third, miscommunication due to language barrier. And fourth, acculturation and media. Next, I will explain about religious or cultural identities and assimilation. People with strong cultural identities who are unwilling to assimilate often communication with divergent message that highlight the strong aspect of their own culture. Thus, a role of host countries with inclusive policies tend to facilitate smoother integration while allowing refugees to preserve their identities. Support for housing, education, and language learning plays a crucial role in enabling refugees to navigate their dual identities. Next, differences in nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication breaks down into several categories, and one of them is paralinguistic. Paralinguistic refers to the elements such as tone of voice, volume of speech rate, and others. For example, many Islamic rules specifically related to women, like female head coverings, have the potential to send nonverbal cues to individuals from different cultural backgrounds. Next, let's talk about miscommunication due to language barrier. Many Syrian refugees arrive with little or knowledge of the host country's language, making everyday communication difficult. They always rely on interpreters or bilingual community members. Trauma can also impede refugees' ability to learn a new language or effectively communicate, as they might struggle with concentration, memory, or confidence. For the last intercultural communication problems for this analyzation uh, is acculturation and media. Refugees often use media to learn the host country's language and others. Mass media can either impede acculturation by propagating negative stereotypes, or it can assist the process by shedding light on the true aspect of culture. Media projects that amplify refugee narrative enable them to share their experiences, fostering empathy and reducing stigma. In conclusion, intercultural communication is a critical tool in addressing the challenge faced by Syrian refugees in Europe and other host countries. In Europe and the other countries, structured language programs, cultural orientation initiative measure to support intercultural exchange. Ultimately, fostering empathy, respect, and adaptability in communication ensure that Syrian refugees can integrate into their host communities while preserving their cultural identity. That's it for me. Thank you for your time and have a nice day.